development efforts at BANKEX. BANKEX is the pioneer of tokenization of real-world assets. Our mission is to enable new sources of capital using real assets to bridge the gap between traditional finance and blockchain. So what does this all really mean, and what problem are we trying to solve? So simply put, we're solving two things. We're solving liquidity, and we're solving for asymmetric information in the financial markets. Our client base ranges from financial institutions to small businesses to individuals. We are partners with Microsoft Azure as a bridge between our proof of asset protocol and the financial institutions, and we're also members of the Symphony Foundation. So we at BANKEX consider tokenization to be as one of the best applications of blockchain technology as it relates to the financial markets. So as some of you may be aware, securitization, or traditional securitization in itself, has flaws. And two of those flaws are essentially the fact that it's extremely time consuming and it's very costly. So to give you an example, an average transaction can cost north of $500,000 and can take up to 6 months. So that's very inefficient. Tokenization, in essence, is very similar to securitization, but it solves for those inefficiencies. So the market opportunity, as we estimated, is over $10 trillion. It's a huge opportunity. So if you look at this graph here, it basically scales from most liquid assets to least liquid assets. So while there are some efficiencies to be gained in the more liquid space, our focus at BANKEX is really everything below this line. So I'm talking about empty lots versus mortgages, small business loans versus bonds, obviously huge opportunity in the commodity space with gold, lithium, carbon, so huge market opportunity. Using our BANKEX Open Asset Foundation, our mission is to really create a decentralized ecosystem whereby we engage all the participants in the financial market. So I'm talking about investment banks, VCs, asset managers, hedge funds, engineers, fintech providers. And to give you an example, if we're confronted with a problem that is not yet resolved and does not have a smart contract, we can actually engage the right engineers, the right talent through our Open Asset Foundation and be able to compensate those engineers using our BKX token. So the focus here is on building a decentralized global community of market participants. So this is a high-level diagram of our Bank-as-a-Service platform, and I want to emphasize that it's high-level, but really the few takeaways that I want you to get out of here is the green box in the middle is what I call our secret BANKEX formula, our engine. And the key here is, depending on the type of asset that we're dealing with, we may need to engage third-party providers. And by third-party providers, I mean it could be a fintech provider, it could be an IoT provider, Internet of Things, or it could be an escrow agent in some cases. So this is just a small sample of our deal pipeline to give you a taste of the type of products that we are working on. Tokenization of bank KYC, so this is something that's already rolled out in several banks in Russia. As you may be aware, know your customer standards vary from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. We may potentially be rolling this out in other jurisdictions. For the time being, we're just looking at the Russian market. Late-stage VC portfolios, so this is tokenization of VC portfolios in the secondary market. We're talking with a few VCs in the US. We're pretty excited about this opportunity, so we're working in those use cases. Pretty interesting. Moscow City skyscraper. So this is an interesting case where we're working with an office building management company, whereby they want to tokenize a building and be able to use the method of tokenization to rent out the office space. So using IoT technology, Internet of Things, we can actually track the occupancy or vacancy of each office at any given point in time by tracking the physical parameters through IoT. So it's a pretty interesting case, and you can develop a one-to-one relationship whereby one token equals one office within a building. And in case you're all wondering, there's more to BANKEX than just me. Our core team on the business side has significant experience in the banking space, hence the name BANKEX, ex-bankers. Our CEO and founder, Igor Khmelov, who unfortunately could not join us today, he has unparalleled experience in business strategy, fintech innovation, product development. He's a Stanford MBA, alum of Citadel Hedge Fund and McKinsey. He then went on to found Innovation Lab at Sberbank, which is the largest bank in Russia. And the advisory board, I'm being cut off. Do you mind? I'm done? All right, well, come find us at the booth area. Thanks everyone, thanks for your attention.
Thanks so much for that. Okay, so next up, the name is a bit self-explanatory.